For fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 20 Ultimate Team coins, make sure you guys go check out my sponsor U4GM Coins. Use code VENM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's good guys? VENM Fire here, back in the video, and today I'm be going over another unique pass defense. Now this one is going to be one that a ton of the pro players were running in the Madden Bowl, and it's going to come to us out of the Green Bay Packers playbook, and the formation we're going to be running is going to be the nickel 2-4-5, super underrated formation. Like I said, ton of the pro players were running this in the Madden Bowl to stop these specific, good passing formations like gun bunch, which is what I want to talk about today. Now, cover 4 palms is going to be the play we're running. Now, I uploaded a video around a week ago out of this on nickel normal, but I did miss some key points, and that video, if you run the sort of defense I talked about, it's not going to be good. I want to go over some updated setups. So this is going to get a little bit more complicated than the other one. The other one was pretty much just run it stock. But let's go ahead, come out in the play. If you want to get good sheds, I like to run a guy right here because that's where D-Croft ran that Frank Clark. You guys saw him go absolutely crazy. But the player is going to be cover 4 palms. You're going to run it. You could run auto flip on. That's something that you could do. But I'm just going to go over pretty much every popular gun bunch setup. Show you guys how everything's bagged by this defense. So on defense, what you're going to go ahead and do is just simply pinch your defense. You're just going to pinch your entire defense. That's LB and that left stick down. Now, the reason that you can't just run this play stock is because what they will do is they're just going to simply put X on a streak. Now, I want you to watch that. They're going to put this player on a streak. He should burn him he's going to burn him some of the time. Now, let's go ahead and hike the ball. Boom. Easy touchdown just like that. Now, that works pretty much out of any play. All I have to do is put him on a fade route. He's going to get that easy play, and that's just something that cover 4 palms has to deal with. Now, that's something that D-Croft actually had happen to him against Henry or Wesley, one of those players. But the way that D-Croft and some of these other players ran this play is, again, they are still going to pinch the defense. They want to give him that same look, but what they do is they man him up. Now, even if you man him up, you can still get burnt. Now, again, he's manned up. Now, we didn't get the specific animation, but sometimes you will. You just got to take my word for it. I'm not going to sit here and run that a couple more times to get the animation. But even if you do man him up, you still could get burnt. So the way that you're going to prevent that is simply to shade over the top. Now, if he's in the outside quarter and you shade over the top, he's still going to get burnt. So you have to man him up, which is something that you want to do out of bunch anyways. The outside quarter, he's going to play pretty much every other route better than the man coverage except for the streak. But that's something that you have to take into account, and that's something that a good player will expose. So anyways, the player that you're going to use out of this is going to be this player, this free safety. If he flipped the play, you would use her the strong safety, but you're going to use her him. Now, shading over the top, it is going to cancel those match coverage on these little curl flats. So that's something that you have to recognize that the flats could potentially be open a little bit. It still should be pretty good at defending it, but it's not as all the way match coverage, but it's something you want. Now, something I want to mention about this play is that cover 4 palms is not really a play you want to run every single down. Now, you could run it every single down if you want, but eventually your opponent could find a play that kills it, and you really want to switch between cover 2, cover 3 cloud defenses like that. That's something that D-Croft did, because you guys, if you paid attention, some of the plays he'd be using the linebacker, that's when he's running cover 2, cover 3, those types of defenses. If he's running match, he's using this player. So that's something that I want to talk about, but let's go ahead and just run a popular setup like this one. I'm just going to go over simple setups and show you guys how they are absolutely boxed. So let's go ahead. Like I said, he liked to bring his user down here, snap the ball, boom. You guys see the crosser. He's going to be our user, and you guys see everything is bagged. If I threw that corner out, he's picked off the match. This cover 4 palms play specifically is super good against those corner routes. So I'm going to show it again. Once again, the setup is pinch your defense, shade over the top, and then just go ahead and man him up. Actually, you should man him up first, then shade over the top so he doesn't get burnt. You'd come down here. Again, I'm going to run this play. This time I'm actually going to throw it, but you guys see everything is bagged. If I throw it, absolutely picked off. Keep in mind, Harrison Smith, very slow safety, so he's not going to get over there super fast, and he's going to get burned by quick run routes. But you guys see, that's the first setup. Everything absolutely clamped up. Again, let's run it out of this play. Once again, I'm just going to run a different setup. What I'm going to do is just run a backside motion slant here. Now, let's go ahead and motion him over. You guys see we're going to use the slant, and you guys see the crosser is absolutely going to be bagged by that outside quarter. So sometimes out of this play, that crosser might actually be wide open. So you really do have to pay attention to how the match is covering. Sometimes the outside quarter doesn't match onto him. Sometimes he does. So like I said, it's a very inconsistent zone, but that's why we have our user, and that's why we man him up, because if we man him up, we don't have to worry about any other routes. You guys see, I'm just going to use the slant, the crosser bagged. If we throw that, it's going to be an easy interception. And yeah, right off the bat, that's just an easy way to take away pretty much every bunch user's favorite play in the game, which is that wide receiver post. So again, let's change our play here. Let's go with a little bit of deep corner. Now, deep corner, let's say they just run it like this, a pretty stock setup, corner route with the backside dig. Again, I'm just going to run the setup the exact same way, pinch our defense, man up this player, shade over the top here. Now let's go ahead, hike the ball there, boom, you guys see everything is bagged. I might have to use that backside dig, but you guys see corner route's going to be covered every single time. That's one of the big reasons that this cover 4 palms is really good defense against bunch. It takes away one of the key routes, which will be that corner route. Tons of people like to roll out, throw that corner out. Even if they do roll out, it's not going to make any difference, as you guys have seen. So again, just run it like this. Now let's say they want to run their weird coverage beater. Let's say this is a setup that a lot of people like to go to, where they have the post, this post, and they're going to motion him over. Now we have everything set up. We're going to snap the ball. I'm going to have to use the post right there. He's going to get matched on though by the 3-rec hook. And look at that deep route. The deep route's not going to be open. You guys saw I was using the free safety right where that deep post was going, and you guys seen that it still got matched up. I still didn't need to worry about it. That outside quarter is going to do its job, and pretty much look at the curl fly. He's going to sit on that flat route. He can throw that right here, but if he throws it here, he's picking up 0 yards. Look at the post route. All I have to do is defend the post for a little bit, because if I was running regular match, then that outside quarter would actually match onto it, but he didn't. So we're just going to have to use that. But you guys see, take a look at this deep post, strong safety, and that right cornerback. And eventually, he's going to get matched on by the 3-receiver hook. So overall, super, super great defense. No really setup out of this and bunch can beat it in one play. Unless the defense gets super adjusty, maybe goes with a little bit of pressure or whatever the case may be. So let's just go ahead, hop into yet another play. Let's just go with mesh post. This is another setup that people like to go to. And again, you're not going to know which play he's running, so you just want to man him up every single time. Now, the one worry about this is the wheel route. Now, you should be able to get some quick pressure anyways. But you guys see, look at that. Everything is bagged. The hitch bagged, the post bagged, and I wasn't even using there. Everything is bagged, and I'm basically taking the free safety off the field. So you can double team routes that, let's say he has a 99 speed player, and if it is a 99 speed player on an 89 speed player, they can burn him. So keep that in mind. No defense is Tyreek Hill proof, especially in regs, but again, just super great defense. Let's go with a different setup here. We're going to go ahead, double team him, so hopefully we don't get screaming pressure. But let's motion this backside slant here. User the slant. The slant should get picked up. If he throws that late, we have an easy pick. Now the wheel route seems to be a little bit open there. Now that's one of the setups that is pretty good against palms. So if you see him continue to go to that setup, you can simply just run stock palms and it will absolutely take care of that setup. So if you see him not going deep with X, he never's putting X on a streak, then you can resort to the stock palms. You don't have to put him on that, and you guys see the slant's going to be bagged. Everything will be bagged more than if I with a little bit of a safer setup, the one that I was talking about where you man him up, shade over the top. Now, like I said, if you run it stock, it will be a little bit better, but you're going to get burnt over the top by a good player. If you're playing someone who you can tell is not very good at the game, then you can simply just come out, pinch your defense, and run stock palms, and you will bag pretty much everything he wants to do. Here, I'm just going to use the crosser. drag's covered, post is covered, and really it just depends on every single setup. So if your opponent is running something different every single time he's trying to figure something out, you could catch yourself maybe leaving a crosser wide open. So you do have to be, very careful about that aspect. So let's say he puts him on a hitch, maybe he does something like this, and let's say he finds a play like this, the crosser's going to get open every time. I don't know. Obviously that setup's not going to work, but let's say he finds something similar to that, then that's something you have to pay attention to. You can obviously make adjustments on the fly out of it, but I'm just going to go over one last play, one last palms beater that I actually like to run because I run bunch myself. This is a setup that I like to go to out of it, and that usually will be open. It's going to be this little setup right here. Now, this usually works on regular palms, but with my setup, this setup that you're going to run, that everybody's running, it's not going to work. So you guys see we're manning them up, we're shading over the top. Now, routes will get open, but the curl route's bagged, the deep post is bagged. The only route that gets open is the crosser. Now, that's something that's my palms beater. With a user, it should be picked up. And especially out of this setup, it's going to be covered even more than the other one. But that's pretty much it for the video. Obviously, people could maybe try some weird setups, but everything for the most part is bagged. If you see him going with a setup that burns every time, make adjustments. You can do certain things, and you could even mix it up. Like I said, don't run palms every single down. It's going to be better if you get your opponent thinking he's thinking of a palms beater, and then you run cover 2 and everything's going to be bagged. You could mix it up with some heat. You could send this player off the edge. You could just blitz everybody. Maybe run something like this. Like I said, get creative with it. Mix it up. Now, there's not really going to be a blitz that's good out of this defense. There's not going to be a 5-man blitz that's going to be 7-man protection out of this. It's just not a good blitzing formation. That's why you run coverage out of it. But like I said, the sheds are going to be pretty good from these outside guys, or you could put them on the inside. Sheds are good. And overall, just a great coverage defense. So if you guys did enjoy this defense, like I said, it's in Green Bay Packers defensive playbook. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video if this did help you. Subscribe to the channel for some more videos just like this one. And peace. I'm out here.